Welcome to Yin Yoga to Ease Anxiety. I'm Dr. Beth. I'm a clinical psychologist and a yoga teacher, and I know how stress and anxiety can impact your daily life. Yoga is a tool that we can use to help moderate the stress and anxiety that we face on an everyday basis and to learn how to cope with our overthinking and the emotions that come along with that. So in this yin yoga practice, we'll be doing just 4 gentle yin yoga poses all on the floor. We're going to gradually increase the time in each pose, going from 2, 3, 4, and ending with 5 minutes, so that you have time to be able to adjust, to be able to ease into the practice. You don't need any props other than your yoga mat. You may wish to have a blanket for comfort in the poses, and I'm going to show you how you can use the blanket in each pose. Are you ready? Let's come to a kneeling position for dragon pose. Here you can use your blanket as a cushion for the back knee. So if you're using the blanket, you'll place the back knee right on the blanket, step forward with your opposite leg. This is like a lunge pose. So in this dragon pose, you'll feel, or we're trying to find the feeling is around the hip flexor of the opposite leg. Now you can come a little forward, you can move a little back, you can be wherever it is that gives you the sensation, adjusting your feet wider. So I'm glancing at the clock. We're going to start the timer now. And remember, in this first pose, we'll be here for 2 minutes. So choose an amount of sensation that you feel around your hip or wherever you feel the sensation that's sustainable for the next 2-minute period. We're not trying to force ourselves into more than we can do. That's absolutely not what we want to do for this practice. I have my hands on my front thigh just for a little bit more balance and support. You can also have your hands hanging down by your sides. Anything in the pose that's not working, mainly our lower body working here, we're trying to let those parts of our body be comfortable. You might want to soften your head, maybe allow your eyes to relax. If you feel unbalanced at all in the pose, you can widen the feet apart a little bit more so that you have a wider base of balance. Remember, maximal sensation is not the goal in yin. We're simply trying to feel some sensation for the length of the pose. So we just have a few more breaths or a few more moments on this first side. And we'll start to move towards side 2. Bring your knee back to meet the other. Step your leg forward, whichever leg you're on now. Take the time for your setup. Again, that might mean widening your foot. That might mean finding a restful place for your hands or arms down by your side. Whatever that is for you, make sure you feel some stretch somewhere, maybe a 50 to 60% around your hips or your glutes, but everything else is as relaxed as possible. So we're going for about a 2-minute hold. Now, as you hold these poses, obviously your thoughts are not going to disappear. They're still there. They might even be distracting as you go through the poses. That's okay. That's perfectly normal. Our goal is to start bringing our attention more to our bodies. So if you find that the thoughts are carrying you away, focus on something in your body, maybe the feel of your foot on the mat. Perhaps a little wiggle of your toes will help you to sense that. If you have your hand resting, you can focus on the sensations of your hand resting on the leg, maybe the slight pressure that you feel where the hand is resting. And notice the sensation of air on any exposed areas of skin. And of course, you can also observe the breath so long as that doesn't add to your anxiety. Sometimes when we're anxious, focus on the breath feels like too much, and that's okay. It's simply know that you're breathing, take comfort in the fact that your body knows what to do as you hold it here for just a bit longer on this side. All right, we'll start to get ready to come out of this pose on the second side, so you can step your front knee back. Our next pose is going to be child's pose. Let's again start kneeling. So for child's pose, you have the option to take your knees wide apart, which will allow some space for you to fold forward, or closer together, which will provide support underneath your body as you fold forward from the hip crease. I'm going to go about halfway. You make the choice that feels right for you, this time for sustaining the pose about 3 minutes. The blanket here can be used over top of the shins, the ankles, and this just gives me a little bit extra when I push my hips back. It gives me a little bit more support. All right, so I'm going to start hinging forward. I've got my knees a little bit wider, not wide. And then you'll find a placement for your hands. You can be on forearms, you can have your arms crossed, or you can have your hands spread out. Whatever placement you prefer, start to ease into your posture and we'll hold for about 3 minutes. Remember that as we build up our tolerance for staying in the poses longer, we're also building the skill of being able to ride out our emotions. Our emotional states are not permanent. They change frequently throughout an average day, maybe even throughout an average hour. You may notice if you're anxious, the anxiety ebbs and flows. It reaches a peak and then it goes back down again. With our yoga practice, we're trying to tolerate the peaks and find more ease as we help ourselves find the ebbs, find the lower points to our emotional states, especially the emotions that are more painful. Our goal in the yin poses is to find some stillness in body. But of course, if you find over the course of the pose that something is really uncomfortable to the point of being distracting, you might shift. You might move to a different arm position, change your hips slightly, or you always have the option to come out of the pose sooner if that's what you choose to do today. Last few moments, last few breaths. Then begin to walk your hands in, start to help yourself up, and we'll come around to a seated position. Our next yin yoga pose is butterfly pose. You might also know it as bound angle pose. For this pose, I have my blanket behind me, and I'm going to sit on the edge of the blanket for a little bit more lift to my hips. And my legs come out in front in the butterfly shape. When we're doing more active yoga, sometimes we put our legs closer to our body. Choose the leg position that, yes, gives you a little bit of stretch, maybe on the inner thighs, the groins, the hip, the lower back. But remember, we're always going for a sustainable stretch over a period of time. And now we've increased the time to 4 minutes. So no, we're not going for a maximum. We're going for a place that we can comfortably hold. Your hands can be down by your side. You can feel your sits bones underneath you as you come upright. You have the option to stay upright for this entire pose. You could also lean back on your hands and lift your chest. That might feel good if you'd like to find some more openness across the collarbones, the upper chest. Or similar to what we did in child's pose, you can choose to hinge forward from your hips, taking this into a forward fold, holding wherever you'd like, maybe resting the hands on the legs so your arms are also in a diamond shape, or resting your hands in front of your body. And this is where I'm going to stay. We're already about a minute into the pose, so we have about 3 more of our 4 minutes. Continue to use the sensations in your body as an anchor. Bring yourself back to the warmth or coolness of your body. The places where you're grounded, where your body is touching the mat. The sensations that you yourself create. When I push my hands into the mat, I'm creating that sensation. Notice that. Notice that you can make sensations more intense, or if I came up a little bit, I could make this sensation less intense. Throughout the practice, you are the one who has choices. You are the one who can adjust at any time. There's no right or wrong. An exploration of what your preferences are for this moment, this practice. If you are following your breath, observe the inhale and the exhale. Maybe taking in 2 or 3 more rounds here. As you feel ready, begin to take yourself back up to an upright seated position. Okay, so we have one more pose today, our 5-minute pose. This last pose is going to be an extremely gentle inversion. You might know it as legs up the wall or waterfall. Now I will show you a wall option. I have a wall here behind me, and I'll show you that as an option. I first want to show you the pose. You don't need a wall. You can do it easily without a wall. So the without a wall version, I'm going to sit right on my blanket to elevate my hips. You can also opt to do it without the hip elevation. I'm going to come down to lying. And then when I find a comfortable place for the blanket under my sacrum, I'll draw my knees in and simply lift both legs up to the sky, finding a place where I can comfortably hold. Again, knowing that this hold will be for about 5 minutes. So if you're not using the wall, stay here. If you want to see the wall version, I'll show you that next. So for the wall version of legs up, I have my blanket about 6 to 8 inches from the wall. Again, you don't need the blanket at all. It's an option if you choose. So I'm sitting with my right hip toward the wall, sideways toward the wall. I'm going to lean back similar to what I did in the floor version, but this time I'm going to send my legs up the wall as I lean back. And then as I arrive, I'm going to take the time to make sure that my legs are comfortable. I have a comfortable position for my arms by my side, over my head, or even resting on my body. And I'll start to let go of effort as we hold this pose for about 5 minutes. You may still be struggling with feeling anxious and experiencing racing thoughts. If you're still here with me watching this video or doing this video along with me, give yourself grace for being here. Send yourself some appreciation for the effort you've made to be here with this practice today. Perhaps today you're previewing the practice, listening to the sound of my voice, and then tomorrow maybe you'll practice along with me. Managing, improving, enhancing our mental health is an ongoing management process, just like managing our physical health. We don't brush our teeth once and say we're done. We do little things to care for ourselves each and every day. Maybe you use the chapter menu below just to jump to this pose and spend 5 minutes of your day doing legs up the wall. Take those 5 intentional, mindful minutes and notice the impact that it has for you. Remember that you are the one who chooses how your practice goes. So although our goal for this pose is 5 minutes, you're ready to come out now. You're done with your practice for today. Please make that choice. Make the choice that's best for you. If you're holding here with me, we have about 1 more minute. When you are ready to come out, you begin to slide your feet down the wall, or if you weren't using the wall, draw your knees in toward your chest. A moment or two, and then roll to one side and help yourself up to seated. So I hope after this practice you found a little more calm, a little more ease. Again, I'm a psychologist and I know how yoga can benefit. I recommend yoga to my clients. If you have any questions about how to practice, let me know in the comments below. I always respond and be happy to help. Please subscribe to my channel, like if this video did help you, and check out the other mental health practices that I have available. Have a peaceful rest of your day.